Hello, I'm MC Toon, and this is the 13,000 subscriber special. I'm not certain if you're seeing me or not, because my display isn't showing me. Very weird. But with me tonight, I've got Raynard Wilson, and here we go.
Hey there.
There
Raynard
we
here.
are.
I don't
Hi.
think anyone can see me either. I
They
think.
nope.
Oh, we're
They can
we're
see
good. We're
you.
wonderful.
Yes,
Okay.
that's all. It's all working perfectly.
Magic of
I made
technology.
no mistakes there.
So it seems only such a short time ago that 8,000 subscribers was achieved, and
It
now
was.
we are at the next step of the standard Fibonacci sequence. Yeah, and we're here to, I think, offer thanks, aren't we, to a great many people who have made this possible.
Absolutely. It's well, 13,000 of them. 13,200. I could have done it last week, but just didn't have the time. So, yeah, thank you to everybody. It's been amazing to have such success. I remember when I first started thinking, "Oh, if I could just get to 1,000."
Seems so long ago, doesn't it?
Well, it's 3 years ago, yeah.
I mean, the problem with celebrating Fibonacci numbers is you would have had to have celebrated 1,000 twice, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Which I didn't do. I did 5,000. I did 8,000, and now can you put up three fingers for me? 13,000. There we go.
Okay. I mean, 21 will be the next problem. We'll find a way. I could use a toe or something.
Absolutely.
In addition, obviously, to the 13,200 subscribers, we obviously have to thank some very special individuals without whom this channel maybe wouldn't have existed. And they certainly keep me awake at night, wondering what their next actions and will be. And of course, I'm speaking of our friends, the Nutters.
The Nutters. Convince Me Conspiracies just said, congratulations on your 13K. Been watching ever since that guy from Manchester crapped in a bag.
Would that be Simon or
no? A different guy from Manchester. That Simon did not crap in a bag. It was my first 5G debate. What was his name? Tony.
Wait, he defecated live on air?
Not in my stream. Responding to somebody else just on his channel. He live streamed. He went off camera and brought a baggie on camera with it.
That was that was a dirty protest. He was trying to
jokes on him. He's the one holding the bag.
Well, yeah. I assure you, I shan't be doing that. I mean, I'm lucky that in my in the office where I am, the toilet is just next door. And if you say anything that offends me, I'll just do a conventional Armitage Shanks defecation encounter.
We've got right behind you there. We've got Stanley
and Creed. If you look carefully with his,
I think Creed's off camera there a little farther.
Okay, yeah.
I can here. We can forget about you. I'll get you off screen, and we'll just get them. There we go. So we got half of you and all of them, which is all we need.
Okay. That's good. So shall we remember some of the Nutters, some of the people who've kept us amused this year?
Yeah, and now I know you don't follow the Flat Earth Nutters as much.
Not really, no.
So we won't cover them in detail, but in general, we do appreciate very much the Flat Earth Nutters. Thank you so much for giving us endless entertainment.
So yeah, the love I have to give is mostly for the 5G and anti-vax Nutters. And so would you allow me to introduce? I'm going to send out some. Wait, am I in?
You're going to send some hearts.
Wait. I'm going to send some big hearts. Wait, I'm see. Yeah, get me resent it again. This is just too complicated.
They can see. Yep, I fixed it.
That's it. Okay, right. Let's put number one on my love list is Mark Steele, the gunner from Gateshead, a man who famously shot a teenager in a sort of what appears to be a pub brawl. Mark Steele, he's still at it. It's still keeping us amused, isn't he?
He is. And he's switched more to you know, a little more of the talking about that nasty virus that's going around and claiming that it's caused by something. He's there's not many, but he still claims that it's caused by 5G.
Like a lot of these people, I think their fame has definitely declined this year. And you know, I'm going to take some of the credit for ourselves there by constantly, you know, writing and exposing Mr. Steele. Last September, in September of 2020, he was one of the headline acts on a giant stage in Trafalgar Square, you know, being adored by thousands of nutters in the audience. And where is he now? I think he's just sort of making these obscure Telegram videos because he's been blocked from every social network.
Yeah, he's been relegated to a tiny little corner in Telegram where he still puts out daily derp. And maybe we can review a video of his later.
Have we got some? Okay.
I don't have it quite ready yet, so I'll do that while we talk.
So we have a guest just arrived, I think. Mark Steele.
Let's planar walk. Look at that.
Hello.
Ahoy hoy.
Ahoy hoy. Yes. So the subject of the moment is Mark Steele. He at first did seem to have strayed away from some of the topics that made him famous. So if you remember, Mark back in the day was the guy who claimed that lampposts in Gateshead actually contained deadly energy weapons, which were going to be used to sort of fry people alive. And we got an exclusive interview with Mark, admittedly under slightly false pretenses. And,
it was all you.
Yes, well.
3 interviews.
3 interviews. And we used this as an opportunity to get some of what Mark said. Maybe, like, you know, when we got him speaking candidly about some of the things that really bothered him. And wouldn't you know, Mark, when he's sort of speaking off the record amongst friends, is even more nutty than his public persona.
Yeah, is it possible? Yes, it is.
I know in a proper and right world, in a world where justice reigns supreme, fully exposing somebody as being an ignorant person who speaks of topics of which they know nothing at all would preclude them from access to just any kind of debate. But unfortunately, we don't live in that world, and Mark Steele is still he's still listened to by a great deal of nutters. But
There you
than a year ago.
Yeah, I think saying a great deal might be a bit generous. But I think I can show. Let's see here.
Let's see what he's up to.
I think I can show what he's been doing and saying. It is as crazy as he's always been. It's 2 minutes and 35 seconds. So
okay, if we get bored, we can cut it.
Yes. All right. So I need to let's see. Where did that? Oh, moved it. The thing moved on me.
So David Brock just said Mark Steele would have been a great surprise guest. But the interesting thing about that was he was the surprise guest, wasn't it? That was how we all became introduced to Mark Steele. He was Simon Parry's +1 when Simon Parry was supposed to be debating the shape of the Earth. And
it was meant to be a 5G debate.
Oh, okay, right. So Simon Parry brought along his I guess his big brother,
his champion,
to help him
yes.
win. Yeah, exactly. He and that really did turn into an absolute. It was mayhem, really, with everyone kind of shouting, and by the end of the debate, we couldn't make out head or tail of what Mark and Simon were saying.
No. But all right, I have this video. Let's see here. You won't see it, but you'll hear it. The two of you.
have a school supposed to be one of the best schools in the Northeast. It's an academy, right? But the reason I've come up here tonight is the top of Lovely Hill. Right, you see the large cabinets? Right, that's what's called a directional weapon system.
No, it's not. It's just a 5G tower.
Now, I don't know how many of you know what's going on in relation to vaccines, these biological chemical weapons, but if you stick a magnet to the injection site, you'll see if you've actually had the real deal. This can actually then target acquire you.
So he says, this is so funny. Of all the things, he claims to know an awful lot about science and physics, but he doesn't know enough to know that that the magnet thing is a complete farce.
Right. Yeah, it was a well exposed hoax, and I guess, you know, it would be very odd, wouldn't it, if by being injected with a vaccine makes you magnetized when nobody's actually claimed that the bottles of vaccine themselves are magnetic. But,
Yeah, that would make sense. Now the thing is,
the thing that I wonder is, why has no one that actually believes that the vaccines are magnetized have used a compass? You know, something that would actually react to a magnetic field,
because it won't give them what they want. Now here's the thing. Here's my credit card. Just so you know, I am magnetic, plastic magnetic. So let me there we go. Right there. Look at that. It sticks.
Oh, it's uncanny.
I am a plastic magnet. How did it happen?
I just can't answer it. It must be your vaccination.
It must be. All right. So yeah, to still be holding on to that when it is completely anti-science. And yet the guy claims to sleep and dream quantum mechanics, he said. Oh, so
I think this is really a sign of how far Mark has fallen from his original fame. I think when he first rose to prominence, he had a very original grift. And I think a lot of people took notice of him. He was the guy who claimed to be a weapons expert. But in the last year and a bit, he's really come up with nothing new that will allow him to sort of move on from that. It's getting boring, I think, even to his fans. And so,
I mean,
yes.
Oh, sorry, you can.
Mm-hmm.
It's your turn.
So I was just gonna say, I mean, well, that's the same thing that happened with flat earthers, right? The flat earthers, they came up with nothing new, and even though they will sometimes try and come up with something new, like there's been the whole sextant thing going on, it's just something where they end up falling off because they come up with nothing new.
Yeah, and because ultimately they are all very lazy individuals who have failed.
They won't do their own research.
It's the one thing they won't do. Their idea of doing your own research is watching other people's YouTube videos and or BitChute videos, I should say.
They're like, I researched for 5 years. No, you watch 5 years of videos. I tried to debunk flat earth for 5 years. No, you watch flat earth videos for 5 years. That's all you did. All right, let's get back to Mark's deal here.
This is a directional weapon system. Now, people start bringing in the ears, bad heads, sore eyes, anybody in these houses around here, cancers and all the rest of it, because these are very high-powered 5G beamforming technologies, lethal.
And how does he know that? He doesn't. He has nothing.
Now, Gated Council...
It's all blurry.
Council,
it's blurry because he was pointing the camera up into the blue sky.
Knock this back. Isn't that amazing how it's just, we see how the power of that? It's that powerful, it's affecting the camera. Right?
Bad lib though. I mean, that just popped into his head and he said it. Kudos to you, Mark, for your improvisational skill.
Damn science. Damn having any evidence to back it. Forget all that. You
No,
just
say it. Just out with it. You know, there's a short circuit between his imagination and his mouth, and it all wants to come out in one big go.
It's actually affecting the camera. Did you see that? Right, that's powerful. So, Gated Council already knocked them back for these larger boxes.
So what's knocked them back? What is that? What's he mean?
Absolutely no idea.
What you're
Maybe-
British, you need to know what
I don't know if Mark has such an idiosyncratic way of speaking, and knocked them back. I mean, it sounds like the council refused something or declined something or deferred. So I'm just coming up with a bunch of synonyms for that phrase, but who on earth knows whether that's what Mark actually meant?
I'm sure Planar Walk, being one of the Queen's subjects, will know.
Yeah, I'm lost. Maybe he's speaking another language that he's made up. Maybe it's Neo-British or something. I don't know.
Right. Yeah, I think that's a very likely hypothesis.
Maybe not Neo. What's the opposite of Neo?
Retro.
No, too cool.
Proto.
Neanderthal. How about that?
Yeah.
There you go.
I don't insult the Neanderthals. They may have been a great civilized people.
Compared to Mark.
I mean, yeah, well, I don't know. I think, the studies show that maybe our species wiped them out. We may be falsely maligning a bunch of ancient people who did not deserve their fate. But anyway, I can save that for the natural historians.
All right, we'll get back to this.
Well, there's a question of would have Neanderthals ended up regressing into flat earthers?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe
I don't know if they got that far.
Yeah, I mean, it seems to be their society perhaps hadn't progressed beyond a sort of hunter-gatherer stage, but there's evidence that they may have been the more philosophical hominid, and that the sort of more warlike Homo sapiens came along and just basically butchered them all. So, as it was then, so it is today.
All right, we're more than halfway through this disaster.
Because they said it was a traffic issue. They've went ahead, they've never took any consideration of the health issues, and there's been a recent court case which says that they must, even though they have been told by central government they don't. It's the primary legislation which says you must do health checks with these because they are absolutely lethal. Now, they're coming out with a thing called Marburg virus.
Many of Mark's cases, didn't we? And Mark's never actually won a single court case.
No.
They'll be bleeding of the eyes, bleeding of the nose, right, and bleeding all over. Bleeding all over the place, right? And that's what that causes. And they're going to call it Marburg virus, right? Well, it's not. It's electromagnetic radiation, get nosebleeds.
Since when is electromagnetic radiation symptoms nosebleeds? Never.
I wonder if he's heard of the term ionizing radiation.
Well, he's heard of it.
Oh, yes. And this is one of the topics that came up in our interviews. So
let's finish the rest, then we'll get to that
bleeding from the orifices. That's what that electromagnetic radiation causes, and then they're going to terrorise you. See how it's losing the focus again. It's quite interesting. That's the power of the radiation coming up. It's unbelievable. Yeah. Anyway, that's enough, I think, for everybody to understand what's going on.
All right. How is he able to stand there if it is so powerful that it can affect his camera and his hand that's shaking like he's got essential tremors? How is he able to stand there?
You know what? I mean, that is one of the mysteries of Mark. I think perhaps he considers himself to be a sort of martyr-like figure. So he stands there because he must, because he has a story to tell. And, if he doesn't do it, who else will?
Yes. All right, Planar Walk.
I actually have a way in which he will be able to stand there. I would be able to stand there too. And the reason being is because of this.
There you go.
It's beautiful.
That is amazing.
Splendid. Does it work?
I think so.
Uh-oh, his camera went out of focus.
I mean, there's no evidence that it doesn't work, right?
Oh,
Exactly.
so he, when you were talking with him, Reynard, you talked about ionizing radiation, and that was my favorite thing of the interview.
Yeah. So in one section of this interview, we basically got him to define a series of scientific terms, the sorts of things that most sort of 15-year-old science students would have probably come to learn and would have no trouble recalling. So, for example, we asked him, what is an ion? And he gave a waffly sort of nonsense answer. And he said, well, there's an eon and an ion, and I forget which is which. Sort of.
I used that in a debate with a flat earther that claimed that the sun and moon were held aloft by electromagnetic fields, and he repeated eon and ion back to me.
So maybe Mark Steele, because one thing we know about Mark is he really isn't. He isn't a very original thinker. Most of his ideas have come from maybe David Icke or Kate Shemirani or.
I think the ion eon thing, that's got to be him.
Maybe. I mean, it sounds like a sort of maybe it's a sort of common muddle that people who walked out of their junior school science class and never paid the slightest bit of attention might have come up with. So I mean, that's the bit. I can't really ascribe too much logic to what Mark actually says.
And that reminds me, today is the last day of his $1,000 challenge to take and pass. All he has to do is pass a GCSE physics test for 16-year-olds. $1,000 to his charity of his choosing. I won't even ask for a receipt. Just hand it off and all done.
Yep, he absolutely didn't do that.
No, he didn't. Weird.
It would have been the easiest money he'd ever made. But
if he was an expert, as he says. But.
Which, of course, yes. That has yet to be determined, I think.
Yeah.
Gotta love Facebook experts.
Well, yes, yeah. Precise. I mean, former Facebook experts.
Yeah, kicked
banned
off
from Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. I think everything except Telegram. I think now.
Yeah,
maybe BitChute as well.
Telegram won't kick anybody off for any reason. So.
Oh, really? Okay. I think Kate Shemirani is no longer on Telegram. Oh, sorry, not Telegram. Yeah, Twitter. Yes, of course, you're right.
Yeah, Twitter's a little more allowing, and even Instagram it's hard to get booted from Instagram, but he managed. All right, so let's put back the very, very expert Mark Steele, and I got a couple super chats. I think I should read here. We've got Digital Demonic Davros, who's been talking with Bev Try Thinking on Twitter today. Bev is a precious little child. Says, my comments to Bev on Twitter have him triggered about datum points. How can someone be so wrong, be so stubborn? Yes, it is the arrogance of ignorance. Bev thinks he's smarter than all surveyors in the world, and he took one class on how to do site surveying, like basically how to, if you're going to build a house, how to figure out where to put some things. That's about it. Earth is Life as a $5 super chat with no message. Maybe it's deleted. I don't know. But thank you for that. Mr. King, first name Sofa, and then there's a sleepy at the end, says, MC Toon, you have a heart on. Yes, thank you. Sending hearts. YKKamuKow 885 says, congrats, Mactoon, pineapple pizzas all around. Yes, everybody, pineapple pizzas all around. And we've got, let's see, I'm gonna do that. There we go. Put this here. I'm gonna move this a little bit. I love Planar Walk still wearing his hat.
Is that getting a bit warm?
No, he's getting protected.
Okay, of course.
He's safe.
You have to make some sacrifices for safety, don't you?
Safer. Earthrise. Oh, I like this. 13 is K. Not
a code for something?
No, is it the 13th? Not even the 13th letter of the alphabet, is it? No, I don't think so. Or maybe it's potassium is the 13th element. I don't know.
I'd have to check.
But so he says 13 is 13K. Oh, 13K, 13,000 subscribers.
Ah,
13K.
of course. Right, yeah.
Is the K for Cations. So you missed this one, Raynard. A couple weeks ago. So Mark Steele has ions and eons, right? This guy was reading from a scientific paper trying to prove that Antarctica is made of salt. That was his claim. And he read sodium is the major cation. Now, I wasn't reading along with him. I just heard him say it. I'm like, hold on a second.
Did you figure it out?
Oh, yes. I said, read that again. Sodium is the major cation. And chloride is the major anion.
Brilliant.
And I'm like, no, it's not cation. It's cation. It's a positively charged ion. He's like, no, it's the thing you're measuring. Cation. The main... Anyway, he doubled and tripled down on his wrong. So people have been poking fun at him appropriately by saying cation all the time. So there it is.
Should we now spin the wheel once again and
let me get a couple more in before we do that.
Brilliant.
So,
okay.
Doug Donahue for $20 says, congrats on 13K. I've got a fever. The only prescription is more cations. You see? He started something. Aaron Reese says they waited until after the film was phased out to release 5G because much like Van Halen radiation, 5G will ruin film. Oh, that's so good. Such an inside joke if you have no idea what's going on. William Foley says Flurfs, the gifts that keep on giving. Absolutely. And all that jazz says not a member, but something towards a fresh bag of goo. Keep up the good work. No more goo. Just two more here. We've got Cretan Bull says in Toronto, we've had 5G for 2 years now, and I still haven't been vaporized. I'm starting to wonder if maybe Mark Steele might be lying. Could be. I just got my 5G phone.
I'm also on a 5G phone. So which one are you using?
It's the Apple 13.
So I got a
iPhone.
Pixel 6 repping for the Google. I'm very happy with this device. It's got a great... Plainer, are you rocking a 5G phone yet?
No, I've still got my Samsung Galaxy A10, which I've had for a couple of years now.
Okay, well, you'll get there. You've got, I mean,
eventually,
yeah. When they prove that it's safe or something.
Yes, when it's proven.
Well, when my 5G nano chips that they injected me with start, making a.
Is that then an access point for your 4G phone to just bounce off of then?
Yes.
Could be. Yeah. All right, final one for now. Angel Gamer. Oh, Angel Gamer. Let me hold on a second. Angel Gamer said, could make money selling tinfoil hats to these people. Absolutely. And Planar Walk has an excellent one. So let's see. That video. Do you not see me, people? Do you just see the tune?
I'm afraid I see the logo only.
Wow, that's that got messed up or something. All right. So I'll switch it to this. Hold on. You won't see it as large. By the way,
whilst you're going switching it over,
yes,
I do have to say that I am a little bit disappointed in you, Toon.
Oh no, what did I do?
You could have. So there's a number of ways that you had to go about the Fibonacci thing, and you had to do it the Fibonacci sequence multiplied by 1,000, right? Whereas you could have done the Fibonacci sequence like, for example, at 13,824 subscribers. That is trying to remember that is the sixth number, or depending on how you go about it, of the Fibonacci sequence in base 12 by 1,000. Trying to explain things that are not usually in decimal.
Yes, we could do it in any base, any numbering system, octal, hexadecimal, or I could go for just the large ones.
Or you could have. Or you could have so one number in the Fibonacci sequence is 17,711. So when you get up to that number of subscribers,
There we go. That works too. There's so many ways to do it, and all of them will be wrong by somebody's standard. All right, let me show this.
Yeah.
Up here on the wall, I've got a new thing. This is my dihydrogen monoxide decontamination device, or just a towel, sent to me by Angel Gamer. So thank you very much,
That's so
Angel
kind.
Gamer. So not only do I have my dihydrogen monoxide decontamination device, I've also got my towel with me in case I need my towel.
What's the blue? There's a bit of art above the blue warning sign thing you've got there in the corner of the screen.
I don't know. It's the
It's
art. Oh,
Yeah.
up on the wall there. Yes, that is my kids gave me that. That is that was given to me after Steve Jobs died. And it's like a curtain that's shut with a hand reaching through to wave something. So it's a homage to him.
Okay.
So yes, I'll get a close up of the towel later. I also received in the mail this from I want to get the name right, from Colony L3. Colony L3. Hold on a second.
Well, are you going to open it now?
I am. All right, hold on. Let's see what's in here. He said it was 3D printed, and I might have to assemble it some. So let's move on to our next topic.
Well,
while
okay. I
write
will.
this thing here.
I'm thinking we might go talk about legal action against 5G.
Oh, that's a good one.
They're a group who consumed a great deal of our attention this year as well. So you may remember Legal Action Against 5G was a British group that delighted us with a lawsuit they were trying to bring against the British government, and they raised a great deal of money, promising that their lawsuit was going to be the end of the deadly 5G. And it is not unsurprising to anyone that is it an orrery of some sort?
It is a he had asked me what's my favorite Flurf map, and I sent this one. I had no idea why. Now I do. This is the one from Daznez, he's the only one that thinks makes sense. It's Pac-Man, like you go off one side and you appear on the other side, and then it sits on it's got a stand here. He said it's 3D printed, so
That's a wonderful work of art.
there it is. I love it. Thank you so much. That is awesome. Look at that. And on the back it says it's the flat Earth globe. Oh,
that is a thing of beauty. It's a joy forever, isn't it?
It is. Oh man, there it is. All right, I'll put it back here.
I think you should. Yeah, it should be on
There's
display next to the real globe.
A bit more to it. Okay, so back to Action Against 5G.
Well, so we were able to obtain their court papers with the help of a famous BBC journalist whose name I've promised not to mention, and we were able to take a look at exactly what it was they were proposing to take to the court. And nobody will be surprised to learn that it was a load of nonsense. Oh, there you go.
The book by the journalist that shall be unnamed.
Who I tactfully didn't name. Well, now you've gone and done it. So the court, I mean, look, these guys never win. And the reason they never win is because they never actually bothered to muster any kind of coherent argument. And the judge said as much in his dismissal of this case. The sort of shocking thing was that the Legal Action Against 5G people had raised, I think it was close, was it £400,000 by the end of it? Or was it
No,
more?
it's 163,000 right now.
Okay, right. Sorry. No, but hold on. I think that might be their second fundraising operation. They had raised considerably more earlier.
No,
So
I think it's the same.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, then
Yeah.
I shall file that in my museum of misremembered wrongnesses. But whatever it was, they had actually managed to raise a vast amount of money for an entirely futile court action. So something that it wouldn't take even a beginner lawyer would be able to read their papers and realize that what they were what they were presenting was utter nonsense.
Yeah.
And I think one of the points
Doomed to fail.
that the journalist of whom we spake made was that actually some of the lawyers who seemed to be involved with this case had a habit of raising these cases that didn't seem to have any likelihood of prevailing at all.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, they were raising money in the exact same way. Pick an evocative issue where you've got a large number of people who believe something despite not having any scientific basis or expertise, and then come along and offer to represent them at a fee, so the lawyers are collecting money, and maybe thousands of people who've donated to these funds have they've given up their money for an entirely futile cause. And I think the thing that I always found a little bit disturbing about this was, well, in between the lawyers and the people who are funding all of this, there are a group of people who seem to be enabling all of this. There are campaigners who are making entirely unreasonable promises about these sorts of lawsuits, saying
like we will definitely stop all 5G in England.
Yeah. This is how 5G ends in England and Ireland, right? But of course, that's never going to come to pass. And when these court cases inevitably fail, the supporters who have been bundling up money for these lawyers, they never admit that they were wrong. They only use this as evidence that the judge was corrupt, or that the system is biased against legitimate scientific inquiry. They can never be proved wrong.
Yeah. You stop
So,
talking.
well, I can talk as long as you like.
All right, so yeah, we exposed that information, and I made the ever so bold prediction that the action against 5G court case would go nowhere, and it went nowhere, and they still collected money after their court case failed.
So they are still.
It's a shame that it went nowhere, though.
It's a shame what?
It's a shame that it went nowhere. There's places that I would have liked to go. Maybe off a cliff would have been.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it would have been a lot of fun if they had actually had their day in court. And I think you're right that was one of the tragedies of all of this. It was that their filings were so patently absurd that the judge basically just dismissed the whole thing out of hand, and said, "Look, you're not getting a hearing. You don't even get to begin the judicial review process."
Yeah, it was
because
so short.
Yeah, it was the process of the judicial review. They first have to apply. They have to ask a court for permission to go down this process, and the court basically said, well, you don't even have a question. You don't have enough material on your side to make any kind of subsequent inquiry even worth bothering with. And so I think, yes, I totally agree with you that was the tragedy, that we never got to see these buffoons in court exposing themselves. And
you guys don't even put your court stuff on TV.
No, if only it were on TV, I would pay to see that.
That would be amazing. So, all right, this came with it too. This handle thing, and he said in chat, he answered my question. It's a little handle for a can of pop. So there you go.
It's a fabulous thing. I never knew I needed that.
Yeah, and my life is now complete.
Right, I didn't even know they made Tab soda anymore. Is this an antique can?
They stopped making Tab a year ago. That I
Wow.
bought 2 years ago.
Some
You'll
antique soda can.
notice it's open, but you'll also notice this one is not.
Wow. So you put that in your soda vault.
This
And,
one, I I'm way overdue sending this to Gowden's Raber. I need to send that to him. So he won it. So what is Tab? Tab is an artificially
You know
sweetened cola. It's terrible. It's terrible. So all right. Yeah, there's nothing right now. We checked their website. There's nothing right now for the action against 5G. Nothing to report on. They lost. They've updated their stuff saying they're moving on. They're filing whatever. But it's maybe they'll have something a little more like it's moving forward, and so we'll see. We'll see if there's more. But they continue to try to extract money from their loyal followers.
it is one giant grift, and I think the legal action against 5G operation has shown that with the right kind of management, just how much money can be extracted from these people. If you can get people frightened of something that they don't really understand, not only once you've finished selling them Shungite pyramids and magic medallions and holograms and bizarre contraptions that could never conceivably work, you can start billing legal fees. It's an absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I happen to have some Shungite right here. I got this summer in a trip. Look at that. If Shungite works, then like Wi-Fi would stop working around it. But Wi-Fi works.
I suppose if you built a wall of the stuff, it might.
Yeah, a good thick wall.
Yeah.
But just being in the vicinity, no.
Maybe you aren't wearing it close enough to your primal chakra.
I need to put it by my chuck. Maybe it's also maybe I'm
perhaps get some gaffer tape and just sort of attach it to your forehead.
I might
your pineal gland.
I might be also Shungite magnetic. Let's see.
Does it stick?
I am a Shungite magnet as well.
It looks like a slug has crawled on your forehead.
It does.
Looks a little bit like a leech to me.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, all right. Awesome. Okay. So let's what else do we have here? We've got the Wikipedia pages.
Well, yeah, I'd like to talk. That's another thing that sort of our group in the background we've been doing. It's actually been the cause of a lot of fun, and I think hopefully we'll do a program about that soon. But this year, Wikipedia pages were created for some of our favorite people like Mark Steele, Kate Shamarani, and so on. And it's to me, and especially it's been Sasha Stone now has a Wikipedia. So you may know Sasha Stone as the British genius in his own mind behind the 5G BioShield, a device that British trading standards described as fraudulent, and he was the person who was found to be importing and marketing that device. So that's not a libelous statement. That's something that has been reported on by many British newspapers. So creating Wikipedia pages for some of these people, it's been the gift that keeps on giving, because not only when we had the Sasha Stone article created, within a few days, somebody another Wikipedia user whose main interests seemed to be astrology and quite sort of slightly woo subjects, nominated the article for deletion, and well, fortunately it wasn't deleted. That meant that we had done our research properly and we'd created. Go on.
They tried to just get the whole article deleted.
Right. So there's a particular process by if an article is created, but editors feel that perhaps it's not a suitable topic to be on Wikipedia, it can be nominated for deletion. And within a few days of the Sasha Stone article going up, the article was indeed nominated. And then what follows is a debate that between editors, people who will look at the quality of the sourcing and determine, well, does this subject seem to be the kind of thing we ought to have in Wikipedia? And the rule is quite a simple one. Is it something that has been covered significantly by reliable secondary sources? By secondary sources, we mean things like newspapers, magazines, scholarly articles, any kind of news source with a good, strong editorial policy. So it's been fun to be creating these articles and then watching what happens to them. So in some cases, like the articles about Mark Steele and Kate Shemirani, people actually added to these articles and they grew far beyond my wildest dreams. We even gone.
I love the modifications people try to make.
Right. Yeah. So people will often try to vandalize, at least, I mean, perhaps in their own eyes, they're issuing a correction. So, for example, if you change Sasha Stone conspiracy theorist to Sasha Stone truth teller, for that moment, the person who's made that change thinks that they have righted a wrong.
They've set the world straight.
Yes, but unfortunately, they haven't grappled with how Wikipedia actually works, which is that as soon as somebody notices that this change has gone in, that change gets reviewed. And if it's one of these sort of very silly changes that aren't supported by any evidence, it gets instantly reverted. And the beauty of Wikipedia is it takes far less time to fix something than it does to break something. So you make people, these nutters, do a lot of work for absolutely
click, and then all their stuff is gone.
I can revert half an hour's vandalism in about 5 seconds. And, but I guess as well, Wikipedia, it's a place where it's kind of like an Oxford debate that's going on all the time. Wikipedia has very strict rules about, well, if you want to make a claim, what kind of evidence do you need to be? And the whole meme about slapping a citation needed on a public conversation. Well, that Wikipedia is the origin of the phrase citation needed. It's what you say when somebody makes an unsourced claim, offers some kind of opinion without providing the evidence. And so as a result, Wikipedia is something that the flurfs and the nutters and the anti-vaxxers find very frustrating, because their only mode of debate just doesn't work on Wikipedia. Facebook and Instagram and whatever, they'll be totally happy for you to come along and offer all manner of unsourced opinions. But as soon as somebody like Mark Steele tries to correct his Wikipedia page, well, he's getting very short shrift indeed. And it's been an absolute pleasure to watch the nutters try to vandalize the pages that have been, so all of Piers Corbyn's fans and Mark Steele, Kate Shemirani, and a few others.
I'll copy the link. You sent me a link on Sasha Stone. I'll put that in the chat. People can have a look at that one.
Yeah, I mean, and so if you have some favorite nutters, if they've been in the news, I think it's a great idea to make a Wikipedia article, because I think especially if you have someone like Mark Steele, who his sort of initial claim to fame was that he was some kind of weapons expert. Yeah. But if a simple Google search lands you on a Wikipedia page about a person, and a Wikipedia page provides a selection of evidence that contradict it, you're never going to convince the nutters, but the sort of mainstream people who might become worried by claims, it massively deflates their ability to market and raise money, but which I think is one of the key realizations of this. If you're trying to be if you're trying to oppose people who are grifters, they will always have victims. They will always have there will be some people who fall for all of their lies. But if you can exclude them from the mainstream, if you can make them look ridiculous,
Push
then,
them over in the corner and of the internet on Telegram or whatever, and
yeah, and let them get on with it in relative, and in a relatively harmless space where they can only hurt each other.
an echo chamber. So, all right. Well, let's move on from that. I have a question. I'm going to ask it to Planar Walk. What do you call this? What do you call this?
I call that a fork.
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right?
Yeah.
So what do you call this?
That also looks like a fork to me.
No,
Is it
that's
like not a fork.
That's a threek. See, 1, 2, 3. It's just a threek.
Okay.
Not a fork. Yeah. 4.
So when I've been
Threek.
So when I say that I've been forking something in chess, I haven't actually been forking it because it's like only like 2 prongs.
Yeah, that'd be a
I've been
toque.
tooking things.
That's a toque. Yep. Which the Canadians might have something to say about. All right. Let's see. Let's get some super chats here. We got a little bit of a backlog. So Stuart Christmas says, congrats on 13K. You've earned it. Feel free to make another Lloyd joke. Lloyd. Exactly. I already did. All right. I skipped a couple. We've got, anyway, thank you for that for 68.98 Singaporean dollars. That's Singaporean dollars, and I don't know quite how that. The color tells me it's more than nothing. It's a good amount, so thank you very much for that. Which is just 2 Singaporean cents under $69.
That's about $50 US.
Wow.
That's a good. I'm impressed.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I'm
for
sending
that.
some hearts to whoever made that donation.
Hearts from Stuart Christmas. A Marvel Girl says, congratulations from your #1 fan. Now back to the basement. Yes, ma'am. I shall head back to the basement. She makes me write stories, and if I don't write them correctly, she hits my ankles with a large mallet.
Is Fred Durst down in the basement?
Fred Durst is in the sub basement. Bargain basement, Fred Durst. Yes.
Okay.
Alyssum. So here we're back to the Cation here. Alyssum says, Cation, nephew sounds like a Pokemon. Absolutely. Let's see. What did you? Rainer, are you tired?
Yeah, I'm getting a bit. It's close to 2 a.m. in London.
Yes. How about do you wanna wrap and then?
Well, I think I'm going to say my goodbyes, and I shall leave you in the capable with your beautiful assistant, Mr. Plainer Walk, and so goodbye to everyone. Goodbye, all 13,000 of you. Thank you for being so generous, especially you, 69 Singaporean dollars person. You've made his day. Look at the little smile on his face. Right, so I'm going to say my goodbyes, and thank you all.
All right, thanks, Renard.
Bye-bye.
Okay. We've got a full size Planar Walk here. Let's get you zoomed in a little more. They want to see that fabulous coat collar thing.
Oh yeah, let's see it.
There you go. What is that? Is that is it because it's cold in New Zealand?
It's not terribly cold. I just thought I'd put something on because I don't have much on under it. So,
ooh, calm down, ladies. Calm down. It's headed towards your summer. It's headed towards my winter.
I'd say that it already is the summer. I mean, kind of. I'm trying to remember what I was going to bring up, but I can't remember exactly what I was going to bring up. It was something. I'll eventually remember it.
Okay. Well, I'll keep going here. Brady Photography says, Toon, congratulations on lucky number 13, or is it 13.333? Happy holidays, my friend. Well, thank you, Brady Photography. Yeah, it's 13.200 as of earlier today. So, and I hope you're well, Brady Photography. We've got Stephen Huxtable, which sounds like a character from an 80s TV show. Says your amiability, tenacity, and fortitude in the one-sided battle of wits with clowns and village idiots has entertained me very much. Long may you continue until the madness ends. And I believe it was Jesus that said, "We will always have the idiots with us," or something like that. I may have misparaphrased. And so thank you, Stephen. Earth is Life says, would you do debate with one of the Bevians? Well, I have debated Bev directly. I debated What's Up twice. Poor guy. Wait, Stellarium Celestia got timed out. Must have been because it was close to Gary Wybenga's insult. So I'll figure that was an inadvertent thing. Gary, grow up. You're a horrible person, Gary.
What's the insult?
I'm not even going to dignify it by reading it.
Okay.
Just an insult that need not be spoken. Plenty of insults are available for your usage, Gary. Not that one. So, all right, that's the super chat. Do you remember what you're talking about yet?
No, I'm currently rewatching to try and
roll back.
try and figure out what.
Okay. I have. Last week we talked about a shirt idea.
Yeah.
A shirt idea. Yes. Let me. Where is it? Oh, it's on Discord. About the Goonies. And the name The Toonies was dubbed. It was just last week. And so I made a Toonies shirt. So here we go. Copy link. On last week, Teespring was down during my live stream. Last Friday it was down when we did the first live stream with for the SC Toon Show. But all right, it's up now. Right there it is, the Toonies. Look at that. Look how lovely that is. I used the logo. I hand edited the logo. That's a good amount of customization, actually. All I did was I got the outline from the logo, and the rest of it I did. So there's that. I made a mug, a full wraparound mug. Let's see. There it is. And then a sweatshirt. And I ordered, I think, what did I order for myself? I ordered a sweatshirt, I think. And that's the premium sweatshirt and the premium t-shirt. And also there's the classic sweatshirt. So there's the kind of the basic sweatshirt and the nicer sweatshirt. So there you go. I'll pop that in. If people were wanting it, get it. If you don't want it, if you think it's stupid, there you go. You don't have to buy it. There we go.
Yeah, I probably don't have all that much money to buy stuff.
No?
Yeah, unfortunately. I mean, at least I have my own mugs, like this. This is an egg mug here.
Oh, I love that. Oh. Or did you see the Flirspective did a very nice video on both Riley, who said this is an egg, and Nathan Oakley, who both said incredibly stupid things. If you haven't, go watch Flirspective's newest video. Anthony Riley thought, well, let's just say he did not have any clue when the Iron Age was. Not even close. Not even close.
I think I have seen a thumbnail to do with that.
Yeah,
But
it's
it's reminding me of
so wrong.
like the thing that I made a video of. The most recent thing is the whole sextant thing,
Oh, yeah.
and I thought that it would be a complicated argument. You know, something very very niche. Like, for example, when it comes to gyroscopes, back in the day when that was one of their big arguments. That was something that was rather niche, and so it was something that a lot of people, including myself, didn't understand, and so I didn't really bother with that particular argument, and I thought that the sextant argument would be something similar. No, it turns out that it's just completely deny, or it's turns out that it's just a whole it's a reification fallacy.
Yeah.
It's basically saying, oh, well, you need a horizontal plane, therefore this horizontal plane will be above the plane of the Earth. And it's like, no, that's not what that means at all.
Yeah. And it's back to the question about the Bevians. Bev Try-Thinking is a flat earther that has realized that the term flat earth is derogatory and doesn't want to be called a flat earther. So he calls himself a horizontal is level. That's it. That's what he wants to be known as. He thinks horizontal is level. Like, hold on a second. If horizontal is level, that means that the entire surface of all the waters of the earth are horizontal and level, which is flat, making the entire earth flat. Therefore, you're a flat earther. So, but where was that? What was it? Oh yeah, the horizontal plane thing. They don't realize that you can have a plane that's tangent to a point. This is covered in geometry in high school, if not middle school. So here, I can do this. We've got a circle here. There's a black line around the outside there. We can make, I'll use my ruler here. And a pen. I need a pen. I got to open the door again. There we go. You can make a line. A single line. Hold on. A single line that is tangent to a point on there. There it is. It's really not that difficult to get, but they think that is impossible. So that then would be a horizontal, a plane. The orientation doesn't matter. A plane tangent to one point right there.
There's a problem with your drawing there. So I'm going to share my screen and give you a better drawing.
A better drawing. All right.
Okay, I can't share my screen because it's disabled.
I didn't disable it. It's disabled by default. There you go. Go ahead.
Okay, so yeah. There we go. That will be much easier for flat earthers to understand.
Oh, yes. That's a little better.
That's why Team Skeptic was so good at convincing flat earthers.
Yeah, I gotta say, you're still a little bit off track with that. It's not crayon.
Yeah. I remember the thing that I was... Speaking of crayons, crayon tester, I actually remembered the thing that I was going to bring up.
What's that?
So, Mick... I'll stop
do you need...
screen.
All right.
So, Mick Flatty is probably the most...
Gives me a headache, that guy.
He's probably the most intelligent flat earther around, even if it's by accident. Because, okay, firstly, he was able to divide 6,020 by 2.
Oh yeah, to get your name Wolfie
Yeah.
6020 divided by 2 is Wolfie 3010, which he calls you Wolfie 3010. His mom probably
Yeah,
helped him
but-
with that.
True, but I actually realized something. A very big coincidence here. So in New Zealand and in places that aren't America, we do dates a little bit differently. So we do dates. First it's day, then it's month, then year. So day.
Oh, I
month,
thought
year.
you were saying like the girl pays. When you say you did dates differently, I know in the land of Dutch land, they do that, right? Right? Alyssum can confirm because he lives in Dutch land. He doesn't. And I know it's not called Dutch land.
Well, we do dates differently here in not America to in America because you don't have to pay a tip here.
No.
But anyway, talking about writing dates out. So as in the date of a particular day of the year or something. So for example, if you were to write the 11th of September out, that would be 11, 9, and then whatever year it is, right?
Yeah.
So when it comes to my birthday, the way that I write it out is 30, 10.
Yeah, which is impossible here.
Yeah, well, that would be in America. It would be 10:30,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. For some people in
I,
America.
Yeah, so here I write it out as 3010, which, as McFlatty pointed out,
3010. How did McFlatty know?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh. All right, and Jolene. Oh, look at that. Here is my debate paper with Jason, Bargain Basement, Fred Durpst, right? And look at the date format that I use. Jolene, you're going to love it. I do year, month, day. There's never, ever any confusion. And it sorts correctly for just under another 8,000 years.
Well, I
There you go.
mean, what you can also do is you can go year, month, day, hour,
Minute,
minute,
second. Yeah.
and then nanosecond.
Yeah. Or, as all proper programmers do, number of milliseconds since January 1st, 1970.
True.
So when I said that Alyssum knows about Dutch land because he lives in Dutch land, he goes, I was just leaning back in my chair relaxing, enjoying the show. Then you lead through the internet and slap me. And Transgirl says, hey, MC Toon, Dutch land is called the Netherlands. I know because I live there. Dang, I got people worked up. PJ CNET wants to see me versus McFlatty in a live video debate. Oh. You debated him. How was that when you debated him? It was a bit over a year ago. What do you remember that?
Oh yeah, I remember that. And what was the other? Flunchy, was it? I'm trying to remember the other guy.
Yeah, it was Flunchy and then Schrodinger's cat, and he somehow convinced Schrodinger's cat.
Okay.
Mm.
Oh, I just got notified that there's a clip where Wolfie admits that he is my father.
Yes, he did.
I have not seen that clip.
You haven't?
No, I haven't.
How have you not seen the clip of your dad saying that about you? Oh.
Yeah,
So all right. So Mr. King Sleepy says ISO 8601 is the way to go if you're for dates.
What's that?
the ISO 8601, and that I should know that because I'm a software engineer. I don't. I just use milliseconds.
Yeah,
Oh, there it
well,
is. Yeah. It's yeah. Oh yes, I'm sorry. I do. That's what we use for headers in emails. Yeah, that's the same thing. I just forgot that offhand. I didn't write the part of our software that deals with parsing and writing dates in headers. Somebody else wrote that.
have you seen the Tom Scott video where he talks about trying to do dates correctly?
No.
It is a brilliant video, and it basically goes through the whole headache of in some time zones some time zones have this, some time zones have that. Sometimes you'll have to account for daylight savings. Some areas don't account for daylight savings, and goes through the whole headache of all that stuff. And he says at the end of the day, it's just better to use a library to deal with it.
Yes. Dates are no fun. No fun to deal with. That's why, like I said, everything is milliseconds. Yeah. That's it. That's all I need. But I did have to write, what was it for? I had to write something where I had to extract dates from emails. And everything is in a different format. No, it wasn't emails. It was from domain registrations. We wanted to get the date of a domain registration, and they're not standardized. They didn't used to be. The new ones are. So there it is. I used a Java library to parse them all. It was a mess, but the library got 95%. That was good enough.
So there's something that I don't like about Java, right?
Okay.
So one of the things I don't like about Java, something that every language that I know of does except for Java, and that is when it comes to comparing strings. So in C#, I just use the equals operator, or the double equals operator, right? But in Java, you cannot do that. You've got to use
dot equals
to,
or dot equals ignore case, or dot trim dot equals ignore case. Or first you have to check to see if it's null or not. Then you can do dot trim dot equals ignore case. Yep.
Yeah. It's something that I find, well, I haven't used Java in years, so I still find that it's annoying.
I use it a lot. Yeah, and you know, when you work in a language for a while, you get used to just doing the things that you have to do. So
yeah, I'm thinking about what I'm thinking about doing is taking a dive into OpenGL.
Before you do that, though, you need to finish the game you're writing.
Oh yeah, I am still working on that. I was thinking of that being more of a side project.
Sorry. Tell us about the game, and when, with 100% certainty, can we go purchase it?
So I'm not sure when that will be. I'm thinking that hopefully soon I'll be able to release a demo version. In fact, one thing that I have done is I've created a Twitter account at Ahoy Hoy Games, and that is something that I'll post small updates. In fact, I recently posted an update there about the abandoned area, because the abandoned area, it looks very nice and dilapidated. Do you mind me sharing my screen again?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I'll just wait for this to build itself.
It's building. Exciting.
Yeah, it's a thing that tends to take a bit of time, unfortunately. So Mute Donkey said do DirectX or Vulkan, not OpenGL. Okay, maybe I should try one of them instead when diving into this. I've actually realized that Game Maker does have some 3D capabilities that I have used for the logo.
Somebody had said in the chat earlier that they wanted McFlatty to do a Christmas special. Why would you want McFlatty to do a Christmas special? But he asked me, he wanted to upload a video on my channel on Christmas Day. I'm like, what are you talking about? So I don't think I'm gonna, you can't let that happen. All right.
So here I've got, so if I just walk out the door, this part of the game, this dialogue thing is currently unfinished, so.
In case you're not knowing, Planer Walk's writing a game called Flurfia. What do you call it?
Yeah, Flurfia.
Can't talk now. Busy opening tabs. Who's that?
Yeah.
Is that me?
It's just some random Nasha employee.
I love that you call it Nasha. The actual,
Yeah.
the thing that the Flurfs actually think it. Oh, yeah, whatever. That's funny.
Yeah, well, that was kind of the whole point of it.
Yeah.
Basically, I decided, okay, let's call it Nasha, right? Let's make the logo a triangle. And, it stands for National Agency of Space and High Altitude.
Nice.
So, yeah. Then there's, I go down here. I'm going to let you decide what we do when it comes to this. So we're gonna
Old Man Dusty.
Yep.
I want to hear about Flat Earth, because I've never heard of Flat Earth before. So you just repeat the
the standard Flat Earth.
Yeah, standard Flurf.
But here's where
I'm gonna have to flat smack you with logic. Okay.
So now we actually end up in a debate kind of thing.
Oh, that's crazy.
Choose an ability.
So evidence, of course. Oh, you have no evidence. Oh. So is this Dusty's claim?
No, so this is what we're saying. So his claim comes up the top. So
I see. Okay. You say the evidence disagrees with me, but what is that evidence? Okay. So you have Nasha, school, insult, mute, evidence, or give up.
So which one?
We'll probably just go with Nasha because that's what they think we always do. Nasha has taken photos of the Earth from the moon. Okay. You can't trust any of the evidence from Nasha. Just a hand wave. And your cognitive dissonance is going up. And oh, now what? It's evidence. Call out. Call out. Try that. Call out your opponent. It's better evidence than what you've given. What even is your evidence? Aha. It's obviously flat. That's all. That's it. You have codified how they argue. Oh, brilliant. We'll go for evidence again. The cognitive dissonance is going to 7 on the other guy there, on Dusty. All the evidence shows that you're wrong. Oh, it's the same thing though. Okay. So you get into a loop. We've been over this before. We have no evidence. Okay. Oh, so I lost that round. My cog dis went up from 2 to 6.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what's left. I just show
Oh,
evidence.
You can
I like that there's 3 tabs.
try.
That's awesome. All right, well, I guess you could try insulting them. You're a complete knob. You must have dropped out of preschool, he says. Oh no, I'm losing now. My cogdis has gone up. Let's mute him. You cannot mute someone in real life. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, yes. All right, now what? Did you just try to mute me? And, oh, Cogdis maxed out. Oh, I lost. Is it possible to win? It can't. It's probably not possible, is it?
It is possible to win, but you got to go down a particular line of.
I see.
You have to. Yeah, there's only one possible way to win, at least in this one. I'm going to
Wow.
make more battles like that.
That was an epic battle. All right.
Yeah, this is the area that I've been working on recently. So this is the abandoned area.
Abandoned? Oh my gosh. Poor JM Truth. Got abandoned.
Yeah, and so yeah, I think it looks fairly dilapidated here.
It does
Like
look
no one's-
abandoned.
Yeah, like no one's lived here in ages. So
Yep. Awesome.
that's been what I've been working on. Oh, there's been a
And
little bit of an issue.
Flurfia.
Yep.
Flurfia. All right. Well, that's awesome. I can't wait for that. What's the release date? Come on. Give us a release date. I know you can't.
Probably sometime in. I'll probably try and really aim for a demo sometime in February, because I want to. So Derp Squirrel says that they thought it was a platformer. So let me just explain that it is a platformer. It's just that if I go over here to this little thing here, then
There seems to be nothing here. Oh. Oh.
so yeah.
Now it's Mario. Nice.
Facty asks, will there be an app for that? No. Well, it'll be a Windows executable or something like that.
Windows only?
Well, it will also be on some Linux platforms and Mac as well.
Oh, awesome. I'm in. Let's see. Oh, Gary Little, try working with strings using assembly. I have. It's torture. Yes. No, thank you. No, thank you. But assembly was my second language. So, and Scott Stratford said, "Hey, Toon, been watching you for quite some time. Keep up the good work." Thank you very much, Scott. I shall. Since you said so, I'll keep it up. So, so I've got in just over half an hour an actual debate coming with Robert Greenlee and I don't know if it's a debate, and a guy named Bradley.
Nice.
So we should get moving on this one so that I can get working on that. Then later, it's just me and a guy calling himself Geocentric Greg. So I've got 2 more live streams coming up tonight. If you're in for watching some live streams, I've got them all right here. And oh my goodness,
That
we've got
like fun.
Tony McFlatty said hello. We've got another McFlatty. But this one's Tony. Oh, geez. Are you a big fan of McFlatty? I hope not.
I didn't see them in chat.
Up a little bit there.
Maybe
Just
I
said-
have to pop the chat out.
Yeah, so, well, hello,
Right.
Tony McFlatty.
I see them now.
Yeah. Marty Mad Scientist says, do you folks use desktops or laptops? My main computer at work is a 2010 Power Mac that's got 64 gigs of RAM, a 2 terabyte boot SSD, 2 graphics cards with 6 monitors. But here I've got a Mac Mini that's got an i7 in it with 32 gigs of RAM, and then we just got these at work. Here we go. This is the new MacBook Pro, and I've only just now kind of finished my transitioning everything onto it. So that's what I use. That particular one will, I don't know if it'll drive 6 monitors, but I'm not gonna probably try it. So.
I use a desktop mostly, except if I am on holiday or something, I'll use a Microsoft Surface Pro. Which I enjoy. Well, I enjoy using that because it is something that not only has touch screen so that I can scroll through it, but
get it all grimy.
Yeah, exactly. But I've also got a keyboard for it, so I can use it as a tablet or I can use it as a laptop. And I've also got a display port to HDMI cable for it as well, so that I can, watch stuff on it. So
Pancake of Destiny asked, is Apple really better for work? It is overpriced for the parameters you get. When you do a base comparison on CPU speed and RAM and drive, yes, Apple is more expensive. But did you miss the part where the last time that we updated our computers at work was 11 years ago? I've been using the same computer at work for 11 years. And there's really nothing wrong with it. My boss is like, it's been 10 years. Actually, it was when the conversation started, he's like, it's been 9 years. We should update. And then Apple updated their M1s to the first gen. All of us are like, nope, we don't want Gen 1. So Gen 2 is out, and we're like, now's the time. So
yeah, I'm not a big. I've heard hellish stories from Apple products from a person called Lewis Rossman.
Oh, is that the right to repair guy?
Yes, it is.
I just saw this. Apple reversed all of their things on this. They like everything 180-degree switch. They're like, you can do it. We will help you. We will sell you the parts. So.
Okay, well that's good.
So
yeah,
for sure.
The things that I saw from him was about how it was basically about shoddy design from their product. So one of the things was in the MacBook. Apparently, there's a particular chip that they used. They used a particular transistor or something. I can't remember what it was, that wasn't built for the purpose that they were using it for.
Okay.
And so they should have used a different whatever it is for that, but they didn't.
Be interesting to see what he's talking about in particular. As far as laptops, I don't like laptops because of this. I like this key. This is the best keyboard ever made, in my opinion. It's the best thing ever to come out of Microsoft. It's their ergonomic keyboard. It's got right here, the inverted T right there. And the good feature of it is I popped out the caps lock key. I don't want a caps lock key. So if you ever hit tab, which you have to hit tab a lot if you're typing software, and you mistype the tab and accidentally hit the caps lock, well, now you've got to hit it again. So I just took it out. So I have the same keyboard at work and home, and it's they both have the tab popped out. Or sorry, the caps lock tapped out.
I'm guessing you are a tab over spaces person.
Oh, of course. Who?
Okay, that's
What,
good.
what kind of animal would do spaces instead of tabs? I mean, jeez, that's crazy.
There are people that do that, though.
No, I don't believe those people actually exist. Just like real true flat earthers don't actually exist. Right? They do it just just to just to get people's attention, you know, the bad way. So yeah, so if you ever see me typing caps, all caps, somebody has hacked my account. Because I can't do it easily. I have to hold down the shift key the whole time. So there
I
you go.
mean, I'm just wondering who would hack your account. Do you think Fred Durst might hack your account? But
I
I
don't
don't
know.
think he'd have the intelligence to do that.
That's the, I don't know. Because none of the flat earthers are very bright. So I'm, yeah. But I use LastPass, so all of my passwords are 15 or more characters randomly generated. So all of them.
Yeah. I so recently I was creating password and it's like I realized that it was over 20 characters long and I can remember it, so I don't really need a password manager for it. Like all my passwords ever since, like some of my old passwords were fairly short, but like most passwords I've had I think have been at least 10 characters long, at least.
Yeah. I like this one. Carl Edgner Christensen says, I like that keyboard. Used to have it at work home 18 years ago. Maybe time to get another one. I do have another one. It's in the garage. It's the same keyboard so that when this one breaks, I have another one to replace it with. So if anybody has a this keyboard sitting around that they don't want, I will take it off your hands for a good price. Because I definitely want another one. Is that what you meant? I don't think that's what he meant.
I realized the other day that I didn't. So I had two keyboards, and I was going to plug one of my keyboards into my PlayStation to type because it's much easier than using a PlayStation controller, so that I could get onto Netflix so I can watch Squid Game. It was a fun show, by the way. Anyway, what happened is I realized that I'd given my keyboard to my flatmate because they didn't have a decent keyboard. So I'm gonna have to ask them back. Ask them for it back.
There you go.
English.
Good job. Good job. It's not his native language, so you know. What is your native language again?
My native language is
Maori.
New
Maori.
Zealand.
Right? Let's just go with
I
Maori.
can't. I'm not actually that fluent in it. Sure, I know words like kia ora and whakarongo mai. That means listen up.
I know kia kaha.
Yeah, that stands strong.
Yeah. All right, let me read a couple things here. Lael, King of the Flurfs says, are you still afraid to debate me? Yes, Lael, King of the Flurfs. Because there's just too much derp. Bella Charge says, this is the best life. That is the best life hack ever tune. Taking off the caps lock key. Cool. I don't know. I don't know if I saw it. I think I just did it myself one day. I'm like, I'm just gonna pop that out. Robert Williams, tune's crazy. Best thing to come out of Microsoft is Bob. Microsoft Bob. Oh, so cute. Huge arse. Hey, Planer Walk. Do you know? Have you do you know of Huge arse? You've got a huge arse.
Course. Like,
yeah, you've got a huge arse just across the water from you. Anyway,
I always make sure to buy his word salad dressing when I'm watching Ken Wheeler.
Very good. Well, anyway, huge arse. Out of the huge arse comes the words, congrats on 13K subs, MC Tune. Thank you, Hugh. for that. I think, yeah, I'm going to have to say Clippy was the best thing to come out of Microsoft. Agreeing with Doug Donahue, who incidentally announced that he was leaving a while ago, yet still had to come back and talk about Clippy. Let's see. Oh, hold on. Heat shield. Okay, MC2, you drop the hint. Now drop the modesty and post the model number of the keyboard you prefer. I'm sure someone will come up with one for you. The model number. All right. Hold on. Here it is. Microsoft Natural Ergonomic Keyboard 4000 version 1.0. There it is. You want the serial number? No.
My question would be, is it a mechanical keyboard?
I don't know. But look how much I paid for it.
$3. Nice.
$3 at a garage sale. I saw it. My wife's like, we're getting this. She's like, why? And the fact that I have it sitting on my desk tells everyone the one that I had before went out and this one replaced it. I might not have one in the garage. This might be the one from the garage. So, well, I think we should get going here.
Okay.
The keyboard is membrane. Yeah, it's not too loud. It's a USB keyboard. I'm typing keys on it. If I get it close. You can probably hear that.
I like how people in the chat say that my fur-lined collar makes it look like I have luxurious long locks.
It does. It does. I want to read one more thing from PJCnet because I said smart flat earthers don't know. I said there aren't any real flat earthers, but I think he took it to mean that there aren't any smart flat earthers. Which, if I'm saying there aren't any flat earthers that really exist, then by whatever, there can't be any smart or dumb flat earthers because they don't even exist. But anyway, he says, nope, they exist. They being smart flat earthers. Take a look at FPV Angel and look at the amount of work that has been put into his videos. Tell me he isn't bright. It's super complex, and he has another map too. He has another map? Yes! Oh, that's awesome. Another map. I'm intrigued because I've got a collection of maps, including from Daznez that the base fell on the floor. I will have a look. I hope I can find it. I hope I can maybe PJC. You got to be my inside guy. You need to go tell him that he needs to debate me about his map. And then we'll do. All right. Planar Rock, did you know PJCnet, who's in the chat here, a flat earther, one of my favorites, hold on. He liked Awake Souls, Jason Laufenberg and Awake Souls and the Limitless channel, which would be Ronnie James Dio Harris. So it's the Dio part's not really and they accused him of being a shill, in fact being the shill that was assigned to them, and then they muted him on their channel.
Oh, that is crazy.
Oh, I'm like, oh, PJCnet, welcome to the club. We're all part of the You're a Shill Club. I love that.
One of the things that I think it's PJCnet that I need to have a game of chess against, because I feel like they'd actually be a good game to have.
Yeah?
Yeah. I feel like they'd be fairly decent at chess. So it might be something where it will be a decent challenge.
All right.
I think.
Type 2. So Mark Beiser says Logitech G13. I'll look. Somebody else, let's see. Derp Squirrel says I should get Antonio Subaratz's map. I have it. It's basically the AE map where things have been slid around. So anyway, Planar Walk. You got anything to wrap up?
Not really. Yeah, not really.
What do you got coming?
I actually don't know what I've got coming up. There is actually a video, which is a rally in California that I saw it while watching a Hunter Avalone video, and there was one person that made during the rally that I was like, okay, I need to make a video about this, and it was somebody that was saying there's a dome. They don't want us to go outside of the dome, and I'm like, wait, is this a flat earther? Turned out, yes, it was a flat earther. So all kinds of crazy at the anti-vax and anti-mask rallies. So
they tend to coagulate together. Well, thank you very much for coming on to the 13K special here. I've got Thursday. I've got a debate with a guy from Twitter, calls himself Man on the Edge, or Andy. He's an Oakley sycophant. Then next week I've got a debate coming on Tuesday, already booked. I've got a debate two tonight, and then this is cool, the SC Toon Show that we launched. We've got almost 2,000 subscribers. If you haven't subscribed yet, go subscribe to the SC Toon Show. We have our first 2 debates booked, or in the process of booking. We've got December 10th, a debate on whether or not the cannabis should be legal. And then on the 17th, not quite fully booked yet, so I don't want to commit to it, but Anim Mensch, I don't know, on Facebook challenged me to a debate long ago, said he didn't have a computer, says he can now, and he wanted to debate on the 17th. So that will be on the SC Toon Show should it happen. We confirmed the date and time. Now we just need to get everything else going. So there you go. That's the stuff coming up for me. Pretty busy, a lot of stuff. So thank you everybody for coming along. Be sure to pop around for the next couple live streams I've got tonight. Let me get this prepped here. Thank you to members and super chats and patrons. It makes everything here so much more worthwhile. All right, we'll see you later. Bye.